So here we go, 5 at 5. Very clear. Swapnil, mute Debashish and Bharat once, please. Whoever is speaking, mute the other person. That's it. Yeah, thank you. So here we go. Debashish, me, Bharat, Shubhan will also join us in a minute or so maximum. I don't know why he's late. Maybe he's still gymming. Shubhan spends 22.5 hours in the gym and 1.5 hours working. And out of the 22.5 hours, he doesn't eat, he doesn't sleep. He only goes to the gym and posts photographs on Instagram. That is Shubhan's job. Debashish is smiling. Yeah, seriously. Debashish, me, Bharat, all our quota of gym Shubhan does alone. But on a serious note, we are here to debate and discuss today India's Pakistan stand. Since the government of India put it out that why it has decided to do what it has decided to do, the opinion is polarized. And we are not here to take a stand on this. Whether you are right or whether you are wrong is a different matter. And I will ask Debashish and Bharat to also give their opinions. They are entitled to, just like everybody watching this particular show or who will watch this particular show later on as well are entitled to giving their opinions on India versus Pakistan and where they stand. Should India play Pakistan? Should India not play Pakistan? Should government of India give visas to Pakistan players? Not just cricket, every sport, or should they not give visas? Bilateral sport, people have said that, oh, this is not a new stand. It is a new stand, and I will explain to you why. So India's Pakistan stand is what we are going to talk about on today's show. What is the stand? The ministry has now made it very clear that there is no bilateral sport. There is no bilateral sport, one. Number two, if it is an international event guided by international charter, India will compete in a multinational competition unless it is on Pakistan soil. If it is on Pakistan soil, the ministry reserves the right to discuss further. Number three, if the event is of an international nature, like a World Cup or an Asia Cup or something like that, and if Pakistan is supposed to come to India, the government of India will grant visas to the Pakistan players and facilitate that. So, mota, these are the 3 points in that press release or the stand that has been put out by the government of India. Basis this, what is the truth then? The truth is India will play Pakistan in the Asia Cup. India will play Pakistan in the Women's World Cup. India will play Pakistan in something like an Olympic Games. India will play Pakistan in multiple, multilateral contests. It also means no India-Pakistan in football, hockey, table tennis, carom, kabaddi, cricket, nothing as far as bilateral contests are concerned. Two, there is no way that a Pakistan volleyball team will come to India and will get visas if it's a bilateral contest. Not happening. Three, if there is an India-Pakistan contest, in Pakistan, the government of India will think about it whether or not to send an Indian team, if it is even the Champions Trophy or the Asia Cup or the World Cup. That is why, if you remember, the Champions Trophy final had moved to Dubai. So can India push it to a neutral venue? If India can, they will try and do that. If they don't, then that is the stand. Finally, according to this, never seen such a hypocrite government. Okay, that is your opinion about a hypocrite government, and we will address the questions today. I'm very willing to address all the sensible questions that come your way. If you talk completely nonsensical, then we will not take the question. So these are the points where the government of India has put out its stand. I will give my opinion after my 3 panelists state theirs. Why don't I start with you, Debashish? The government of India has put out its stand at several levels. Where do you stand on this particular issue, India's Pakistan stand? Debashish.
I totally support the government stance for you. Obviously, obviously what happened what happened recently, it cannot be tolerated. And obviously, sports cannot be mixed with terrorism. So I totally support the Indian government's decision to not take part in bilateral series. Yes, when it comes to international games, absolutely fine to play Pakistan. But as far as bilateral series, I totally stand for Indian government stand. Question doesn't even arise.
Debashish, 1 minute. People are saying that when you are saying no to bilaterals, why are you wanting to play Pakistan in multilaterals? That is the question that anyone and everyone who is opposed to this stand of playing Pakistan is asking this, that why are you wanting to play Pakistan? Is this a monetary issue? Address it straight on. Is this about money? Is this about something else? I have my answer. I will give that. But you state first before I go to Bharat and Shubhan.
Bhuvnesh, you rightly mentioned at the start that it is because of the international games. If it is based on international charter, then definitely India, given that India will be staging some big events, obviously they are in line to host some big events like Commonwealth Games and Olympics, Summer Olympics. So I think then obviously they have to host Pakistan, and there is no other option. Because if they suppose if they do not allow Pakistan, or if they do not play Pakistan in international games, then they might face sanctions. So I think that is quite obvious that and when it comes to playing Pakistan in bilateral series, yes, of course, people will ask that this government is hypocrite or stuff like that. But obviously, I mean, the best thing to have happened is India has categorically mentioned, the Indian government has categorically taken a standpoint not to travel to Pakistan, neither to allow its spokespersons to travel to Pakistan, neither allow the Pakistani counterpart to travel to India to take part in a bilateral series. I think that in itself serves the purpose. Bhaiya.
Shuman, where do you stand before I ask Bharat? Mute.
See, common people will have to understand that this is part of the larger picture. This is not something related only to Asia Cup or only to India-Pakistan bilateral series, which is not happening clearly. Uh, See, we are a country, a nation full of ambitions. Pakistan is not is not like us. They have no ambition. They are reliant on IMF, International Monetary Fund loans. They take loans from several other countries, and they are alive due to that only. But we have our own ambitions. We want to host the Commonwealth Games. We want to host the Youth Olympics. We want to host the Olympics. And for that larger picture, it is sometimes necessary to understand what the government is planning. At this point, if we say no, we won't play Pakistan at all, then Pakistan will create an issue in that Olympic scheme of things. In that Olympic, in our Olympic bid, they will create an issue. See, they don't play us. They don't want to play us. How they will host us? They won't give us visas, etc., etc. If you look at the statement which was released by Myas a couple of days back, a day back, you will clearly understand what the government is trying to say, what the sports ministry is trying to say. That we will play them wherever it is under a governing bodies under. Whenever a tournament is under a governing bodies under, like an ACC, like an ICC, like an athletics event, like a hockey World Cup. It is under an umbrella, so we will play them. And to host, for us to host Pakistan, there has never been an issue. They came here during the 23 ODI World Cup. All those big names, Babar Azam, Rizwan, Afridi, etc., etc. No one pulled out, and we were safe. They were talking about our Hyderabadi biryani. They were feasting on our food and hospitality. So in that regard, we are safe. But if we create an issue and say no, we won't play them. We are not playing bilaterals anyway. We are not indulging in one-on-one matches where they will get the monetary benefits. With by playing Asia Cup or World Cup, yes, we are giving some sort of monetary help to them as well. But this is part of the larger umbrella where all other smaller nations are also involved, like in Hong Kong, like in Oman. They are also dependent on Asia Cup money, that it will come, and then we will try to increase our infrastructure and go proceed forward accordingly. And for BCCI, they don't even take the Asia Cup money. They distribute it among the smaller nations who require it. So for Pakistan, if they are happy with that 1.5 million, 2 million from Asia Cup, let them be. But for our larger picture, to host our Olympic dream, to completely successfully complete our Olympic dream, we have to budge somewhere. We are even not budging. We are just playing those international matches which comes under a sporting umbrella, like an Asia Cup, like an ICC World Cup, like a hockey World Cup, etc., etc. One-on-one bilateral, you won't see us indulging in any sort of way.
Excellent, Bharat Ramraj. I'll. And by the way, all the questions, the critical ones, the other ones, everything. Vian, I know you are being critical. We will take your question. Vishal, the super chats. Trust me, there's no hurry today. I am taking initial comments, and then we will start addressing all questions.
And Bolga, for the larger Olympic dream also, if we don't play Pakistan, then a big nation like China. China in Olympic scenario is a big nation. It's a huge nation. USA, you never know with Donald Trump what kind of statement he suddenly releases. So we have to be very careful. We are being very careful when we are proceeding with such statements, which the mass day back.
Bharat, by the way, this is something that is very up my alley. I mean, I teach this internationally at several universities, so I know what Shubhan is saying and where he's coming from. Having said that, we are very open to all opinions, ideas, suggestions, questions, comments. We will take and try and address rationally. If you don't want to listen to rational arguments, this is not your forum. But Bharat Ramraj, your first thoughts.
Yeah, first of all, hopefully the internet will stay on today for me, because yesterday only I called the linesman. Hopefully, thankfully, it stayed on till now. Yes, coming back to the point, see, I will try to look at it from different perspectives. See, point one, I completely understand the kind of anger that is coming from with regard to fans, with regard to Indians, because what happened some 4 or 5 months ago, that is something that will stay in the minds of every Indian, or echo in the minds of every Indian for generations to come. But still, in somewhere, I know it's not the right way to tell, but somewhere India also has to keep moving, looking at their own ambitions. They have to keep moving forward, because see, we can't just sit back and tell this happened and we don't have any ambitions and all that. So considering the larger picture, when it comes to the Olympics, when it comes to the Commonwealth Games, and if you look at the charter as well, it's clearly stated that you can't ban a country based on political tensions or on those lines. So considering that, I think India are taking the right step. And also you have to, as Subhain mentioned about China, see, China, it's not just about Olympics. Even if you look at the larger picture, G7 nations, China is, yes, I don't want to go deep into it, but still China has always blocked India's move to get into G7 nations. So if you look at geopolitics as well, a country like China, not just Pakistan, will always be looking at how to kind of trap India in different ways. And now, obviously, India has its own issues with USA, with how with looking at how Donald Trump is putting tariffs and all that. So, if you look at the larger picture as well, I can understand Indian government's point of view that you should allow India to play Pakistan in multinational tournaments. And thirdly, when it comes to BCCI, I feel it's a little bit of a soft target here, as it's already been noted. It's not like they're going to make a lot of money from this Asia Cup. Money basically will be distributed with the smaller nations as well. Oman's of the world, Hong Kong's of the world. I think BCCI, some extent, I just feel that way. It's a little bit of a soft target that everyone is putting the blame on them. That they're not the ones who go and act on the foreign policy matters. It's for the central government. So, considering all that, I think India are on the right path because India have a lot more ambitions than its Western neighbors.
Okay, now allow me my 2 minutes. You see, Vian, I mean, I think you have been the most critical. You have said, okay, let me take who's at the back end. Shopnil, play all his questions. Let's take all. You are the one who's asked me the most ask the most critical questions to all of us, right? So yes. No. Come on, dear Shopnil. I'm saying, Vian, what are you playing? Why Asia Cup? That's question one. Question two was, we are lucky that none of our family members were harmed in the attacks. My heart goes out to the people who lost their lives in Pahalgaon. That's question number two, or rather a comment. And point absolutely well taken. Olympics does not fund Pakistan 100% of crores. PCB is 90% dependent on Asia Cup. Why not play Indo-Pacific Cup? Stop fooling. It's all about money playing Pakistan. Just see the ad revenue. So these are the questions that Vian has asked. And by the way, he's not alone. This is a sentiment that a group of people share. Now, first point. Why are you isolating the Asia Cup? Why are you only talking about cricket and men's cricket? Why? Is this policy related to cricket and men's cricket? You're talking about money. If it was all about money, why is government banning the real money gaming websites? 25,000 crores lost to the government exchequer for a year. 25,000 crores. Nobody was asking the government to ban it. Was there a strong clamor like in the case of Pakistan? No, right? Was there a strong clamor that come and ban Dream 11, come and ban my circle, whatever, football, something like that? Ban all these. Companies are not banned. Real money gaming was banned, right? 25,000 crores every year lost to the government exchequer plus GST plus everything else. We know the corpus. Why are you? Your question itself is flawed. Your question has tunnel vision. You are isolating men's cricket and Asia Cup and India-Pakistan cricket. Why are you not talking about women's cricket? Why are you not talking? There is no ad revenue. What is the ad revenue for India-Pakistan Women's World Cup? Tell me. What is the ad revenue for India-Pakistan hockey? Tell me. What is the ad revenue for India-Pakistan volleyball or India-Pakistan something at an Asian Games or an Olympic Games? Tell me. You want to come and debate with us? Come and debate with us with solid points. Don't come and debate with us with rubbish. Pahalgaon, all our hearts go out. All our hearts go out. And don't think you are a greater patriot than the three of us sitting here. We are all Indians, and we are die-hard Indians to the very core. Let us be clear. Pakistan is a rogue country, and we know that. And as Shubhan rightly said, Pakistan will never have geopolitical ambitions, which India will and India can. India does have the right to have these geopolitical ambitions. Second question, large people of the comment section, why are we hosting the Olympic Games? Who has told you that the Olympic Games is a loss-making proposition? Don't think of the Olympic Games of Brazil. Don't think of the Olympic Games of 2004 and 8. China's still different. The Olympic Games now, of legacy, of sustainability, of environmental sustainability, and urbanization and commercialism. It is all integrated within the India story of growth. Who has said that Ahmedabad, or for that matter, any state that we will project forward for the Olympic Games, will not progress? Who has said it will be thousands of crores lost? Do you even know the legacy plan? I don't think you do. The Olympics is not about records broken. The Olympics today, Delhi is what it is because of the 1951 Asian Games, because of the 1982 Asian Games, because of the 2010 Commonwealth Games. Today, Barcelona is what it is because of the 1992 Olympic Games. Today, Paris, how much money was spent on new stadiums? Zero. How much is Los Angeles spending on new stadiums? Tell me. How much money is LA spending on building new stadiums? Anybody who is asking these questions on the Olympic Games, come on, tell me. Zero. The new plan, as far as the IOC is concerned, you cannot build white elephants. The legacy plan is premised on building sustainable economic structures which will allow countries to progress. It is about gender equality. It is about soft power. It is about projection. Where is the Prime Minister and the government wrong in this? And by the way, I am no Bhakt. I am no BJP. I am no Trinamool. I am no Congress party. I care two hoots for politics. I am absolutely clear in my understanding of Indian sport and global sport. This is what I do. Coming back to Shubhayan, if my country today knows that Pakistan has a nuisance value, and that nuisance value is to grow crying to the international community and say, hello, here is a country which wants to use sport for soft power, wants to host multiple games, whether it is the Olympics, the Women's World Cup, the Commonwealth, the youth and whatever, and look at them. They don't play us. They don't grant visas to our players. They don't do all of this. So how is it that the international community can support them? Where does India stand, Shubhayan? The fundamental point that we have to debunk, this Pakistan stand is not about money. Shubhayan Chakraborty.
Absolutely, it is not about money at all. Had it been about money, as you said, we would not have banned real money gaming. We would have rather debated why not make betting legal, like it is in numerous countries. We would have gone towards that step, high taxation on betting money and make gambling legal. But what we did, we banned the real money gaming, Dream 11, My Circle 11, all those platforms, and due to that, not only IPL franchises but the entire sporting ecosystem, not only sporting ecosystem but other avenues of our country is being affected massively in terms of money. Tens of hundreds and thousands will be lost. As you said, 20,000 crore will be lost in an year. That's annually. That's annually. Jobs will be lost. 2 lakh plus jobs. are on stake at this moment. Uh, so not only these smaller things, but banning real money gaming will also affect your smaller leagues. All these state leagues which we are seeing currently, UPT T20 League, Kerala Cricket League, all those leagues, they are heavily funded by real money games. So you are in a way affecting your smaller domestic structure as well. The pipeline of the cricket depth that we talk about. So it's not about money at all. We as I said, we are not dependent on IMF loans. We are not dependent on other countries. Now we are one of the fastest growing economies in the world. We have a bigger ambition. We want to develop, and that's part of the larger picture of the current government, or you can say that the current government wants to leave this country in a better state financially and morally as well. There were thousands of lives being lost, suicides, bankruptcy, etc., due to this real money gaming thing. And that is what the government decided to stop. What the USA or the European countries did, they did not stop. They just put a small helpline number. If you are suffering from gambling addiction, do call. Like we have in our alcohol and smoking addiction, that you can call in these numbers if you want to get rid of this. We could have easily done that, but what we did, we stopped it. We put a full stop to it completely. So it was never about money. The BCCI, if you are talking purely about cricket, the BCCI does not need money. They are the richest cricket board in the world. They Even the smaller countries are dependent on the BCCI. Not even smaller countries, the likes of ECB, the Cricket Australia, Cricket South Africa. Take the example of Cricket South Africa. When they started the cricket CSA T20 league, they were in doldrums. They were almost on the verge of bankruptcy. They took help of the BCCI. The Test series was done. There were multiple white ball series played. CSA recovered from that. Now the CSA T20 league, they took help from the Indian owners. Multiple Indian owners invested there. So it was not about money. The 100, look at the 100. It was almost on the verge of closing down. The local associations were in a headache. What to do? We are not earning anything. What they did, they went to the BCCI. They went to the Indian investors, the IPL investors, and asked, "Would you be interested?" And all these Mumbai Indians, Lucknow Super Giants, they are now investing in the 100, and soon you will see the revival of the 100 as well. So the entire world cricket economy is held by the BCCI, is held by the Indian investors. So it was never about money. We are not depicted, and if we don't play Pakistan, if we don't play against Pakistan, then it's our benefit only, because they won't earn a single penny. But since we have a larger ambition, you sometimes in life also, whoever is watching in life also, sometimes if you want to win a race, you have to analyze, you have to step back, take a second and analyze what I want to do, even in a cricket match.
With that, what charity, Vian? What charity? Are you stupid? Clearly you are. Otherwise, when you're trying to be explained to, you are saying charity. Is geopolitics charity? Is international politics charity? What do you mean it's not about money charity? What is India's charity? You think BCCI will earn so much money from the Asia Cup? You think BCCI will earn by playing Pakistan in the Women's World Cup? You think BCCI will earn a dime, or the Indian government will earn a dime by giving Pakistan players visas for the Asia Cup or the Junior Hockey World Cup to come and play in your country? Why? Why do you think this stand has been taken? Come on, explain to me. You have
Swapnil, Bharat is backstage.
Come and explain to me. No, don't be cheeky. You be cheeky, I'll expose you like anything. This is something which is a serious subject of debate. You want to debate with me, I'll debate with you till the cows come home. You are saying charity. What charity is it that the government of India is doing by granting Pakistan visas to come and play the Asia Cup in hockey? Tell me, what money are you earning by giving Pakistan players visas to come to your country? Tell me, what money will you earn by playing Pakistan in Colombo for a home cricket World Cup, which the women should have played? Tell me. You must come and tell me. No, you are saying what? Forget the same group in ICC. First, you answer my questions, and I will answer your question about ICC also. You said charity. What is the government of India earning? You don't have an answer, then shut up. You don't have an answer, you concede. That's the fair thing of debating. You tell me, why is the government of India allowing Pakistan hockey players to come? Whether Pakistan is coming or not is a different matter. Answer me. Why is the government of India allowing India to play in the Asian Games against Pakistan players, shooters, volleyball, every other? Where is the money there? You think government of India will earn in crores? You do think so? Come on, answer me first. I'll answer your same group. There are 25 answers. Don't teach me about my debating skills. I know where my debating skills stand. You first answer. No, you have an answer or you shut up. Bolti band, khel khatam. Devashish Sen, on a more serious note, India versus Pakistan, this stand, this whole point about, and this is a serious question. People are asking Russian athletes banned from the Olympic Games, why not? Has the IOC banned Pakistan? Has the Asian Games Council banned Pakistan? Commonwealth Games Council banned Pakistan? Has any international body banned Pakistan? If India was able to rally, remember the government of India sent emissaries everywhere. If Pakistan was banned internationally, we would be the happiest. Has it happened? The answer is no. Has China blocked it? Will China block it? Will today's United States and Trump block it? The answer is yes. So comparing Russian athletes with Pakistan stopped by the IOC. Pakistan has been stopped by any international body to compete in any international competition. So if India decides to not play, India is the one who will be projected as not playing Pakistan and yet having global ambitions. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, but I totally agree with you. Means obviously no point in jeopardizing our chances of hosting a Summer Olympics or a Commonwealth Games or a Youth Olympics. Means obviously, that is a bigger objective, is to host such multinational tournament, because we are heading India in 2025 is far equipped in hosting big multinational events, and that is where we are heading. And obviously, and we are not stopping Pakistan in participating. Obviously, but what the government has decided is to barring them from taking part in bilateral series, which is absolutely fair. But when it comes to our bigger vision, obviously, just for a petty nation, means just for stopping petty nation like Pakistan, we cannot jeopardize our chances of hosting a bigger events, sporting events like the Summer Olympics. So I think that the government is absolutely fair and has taken the right call. And I would just like to add one more thing about the real gaming, is that obviously the biggest, one of the primary sources of money laundering is the real gaming. So I think that is a very, very important step, because nowadays, if you can to see that money is being laundered because via this gaming, the real gaming. So I think the country's security is at stake. So I think that is the bigger objective in stopping the real gaming. Yes, our youth will be losing their jobs, but we cannot risk our security, our national security, because the terrorist organizations, most of these terrorist organizations are being funded through these means and mechanisms, which is the real game. So I think that is one of the primary reasons that the government, yes, obviously the bigger picture has been the social cost, but I would rather say that it is also a kind of mechanism by way, in way of stopping the money laundering. What do you think?
Yet I will answer the same group question because that has been addressed to me. But coming to you on another one, which was it? No, this is a note. Hosting Olympics is not bigger than national security. You want to address that, Bharat? National security and hosting Olympics. You want to address that question?
See, national security and Olympics, I don't think it is synonymous with point one. I don't think it's synonymous with point two. That is the main factor. See, whatever NIA or whatever India's security agencies are doing, they will continue to do. See, Pakistan, again, I don't know how much deeper can I go when it comes to geopolitics, but when it comes to Pakistan, they have a certain ideology in relation to India. It's not something that they will stop. Even if India go and hit Pakistan with airstrikes or whatever it is, they are not a country are going to stop, because they have a certain ideology when it comes to India, or certain thinking school of thought. So they will continue to do that. And India's agencies, it depends on India's agencies to what extent they can take forward when it comes to curtailing all of Pakistan's thoughts. And that is definitely not synonymous. That is not at all synonymous with India hosting Olympics. Just because there's a security problem on our western front, or even when it comes to our eastern front with China, it doesn't mean that India can't have ambitions. They have to sit back and wait for another 100 years for all problems to be solved. That is something that India can't do, right? These are the neighbors India have. Maybe in some ways a little bit unfortunate, but India can't curtail its own ambitions and sit back forever.
Shubhan, how much money does the BCCI make from the Asia Cup?
Asia Cup. Oh, that's a good question. And I have to check once. If I have to give you a good revenue.
Okay, one second. Let me make it easier for you. In BCCI's overall earnings, how significant is the Asia Cup? Nothing. BCCI's overall earnings, 9,000 crores or whatever, 6,700 crores or 5,740 crores was IPL alone.
Right.
So how other than that, TV revenue, IPL, World Cup, etc., how significant is the Asia Cup? Nothing.
See, monetary wise, it is not a major tournament. Asia Cup is not a major tournament. The broadcasters also, see, earlier the broadcasters used to push, and then you have to understand it is part of the cycle.
Hold on. So when BCCI is not even dependent on Asia Cup money, how is it that the government of India is even remotely connected to India and Pakistan in the same group?
Right.
Government of India has nothing to do with India, Pakistan and why are you taking men's cricket? This is a government stand across sport. Why are you not coming out of your tunnel vision? Men's cricket out of this entire fold is this little. Your problem is you don't think beyond men's cricket. I do. There are 33 sports as part of the Olympic Games, 28. Why are you not thinking about other sports in the government?
If there's a say a diamond league game, Arshad Nadeem is participating along with Neeraj Chopra, you will ask Neeraj Chopra to pull out. He'll say no, don't play him.
Words of my mouth that the World Championship, Arshad Nadeem versus Neeraj Chopra. So Neeraj Chopra, bye, come back. You want to do that? How much money, by the way, is government of India going to earn? And Neeraj Chopra and Arshad Nadeem in same group, is it? 12 finalists, all 12. That's the javelin rule. Don't teach me my sport, please. I know my sport.
All compete against each other.
Exactly. There will be competitors out of which the top 8 after the 3 throws, then the top 6, and the announcement will happen. 6 throws, finished. So Neeraj Chopra, Arshad Nadeem in Tokyo in the World Cup in another month, or even Diamond League final if Neeraj plays, if Arshad did qualify, that's a different matter. Or for that matter in Commonwealth Games next year, or in Asian Games next year in Nagoya. What should Neeraj Chopra do? Should he play? Should he not play? Same group? Does it even make it relevant? Is the question even relevant? Will the government of India even bother? Chalo, India and Pakistan will not be in the same group. What will then happen? You will say, should they play? Should they play? Come on, I'm asking you.
When the Neeraj Chopra Classic happened, Arshad Nadeem was not invited. Simple as that.
Of course.
But if it is under an Olympic or a Commonwealth Games or an Asian Games or a Diamond League Games or a World Championship, they will play each other.
The question is not why in the other group. Is the government of India responsible? Tell me that. What other group? The ACC or is government of India doing it? That is the question. No, you are blaming the government. First answer that. Answer that. Is the government of India responsible for making the group in the Olympic Games? Is the government of India responsible for making the group in the World Cup? Is the government of India responsible for volleyball, for hockey, for football, for every other thing? Why are you only talking about cricket and men's cricket? Because there is money. Why don't you look beyond that? There are 33 different sports for which federations are there. 28 different sports in the Olympic Games. Talk about it, no boss. Talk about it. It is the government of India's larger stand about India's projection as a soft power in the world. India's projection as a global power is dependent on this. India wants to leverage its position. When the Prime Minister goes to Britain to sign FTA, India's projection in the world. When the Prime Minister travels to different parts of the world, that the government does, not just the PM, the government does, the projection of India. Now today you don't play, and the Olympic Games is not about sports and records broken. Anybody who says that Olympic Games is about medals and records is totally losing it. It's about urbanization, it's about sustainability, it's about environmental progress, it's about gender, it's about city building, it's about global projection, it's about soft power, it's about everything. 1936 Hitler's Games, is it about records broken? 1948 London, Austria Olympics, was it about records broken? 1980 Moscow, when the boycott happened, was it about records broken? 1988 Seoul, 1992 Barcelona. Today's Barcelona is because of the Olympic Games. 2000 Sydney, Kathy Freeman rising up as an Aboriginal athlete is the picture of Australia. Is the picture of Australia. 2008 China, the Bird's Nest Stadium, if you remember, that was Chinese power telling the world we are a superpower. 2012 London. Today, if you go to London, Shubha and Debashish were with me, and if they go to the East End, 20 years back, could anybody go to the East End at 9 o'clock and not get mugged? It was one of the worst areas of London. Debashish Sen will tell me, Clapham, those areas. And today, if you go to East End and Canary Wharf, the most development. Why? Because of the Olympic Games. 2016 Rio, Baja, where I used to stay, go and check. Brazil got it wrong. 2021 Paris, Tokyo, look how they did it. 24 Paris, how they did it. Come on, yeah. I mean, when you talk about something, you must go deeper. I have been a serious critic of Indian sport and federations and everything. This is one where I think the government has a macro picture and a larger view. It is not about the same group or whatever. Doesn't even matter. If the BCCI doesn't earn a penny from the Asia Cup, BCCI will not even care. It's small change. As long as it has the IPL, it knows it has thousands of crores flowing into the bank like anything and will keep happening over the years. It doesn't depend on Asia Cup or World Cup or Women's World Cup or some stupid tournament. Doesn't. So when you understand or think about the Pakistan policy, you've got to think bigger and try and understand where you're coming from.
Hand on heart, all our viewers who are opposing this Asia Cup matches, won't you brag on social media when India comes out victorious against Pakistan on 14th and 21st?
Whether India loses or doesn't is not my call here. I am trying
No. I'm just asking to all our viewers who are opposing this Asia Cup match, won't you tweet or won't you post on your Facebook or Instagram and have a bragging right against all the Pakistanis on social media? You will. I am pretty sure you will. You will celebrate that win.
Yeah, somebody says I'm not a journalist, not a money, whatever. I'm not a journalist. I'm an academic. I'm a hardcore academic. I'm a professor in multiple universities. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not
entrepreneur now.
I'm a businessman. Chalo, I want money. I have a problem. I want to earn my money. You have a problem with that? Your call, not mine. I want to earn my
money. Individually, if you ask four of us, no one will want us to India to play against Pakistan.
Of course.
But you have to understand the larger picture and put it rationally on the paper.
Yeah, it is. That is our statement. Pakistan is a rogue nation. Bilateral sport? No. Do we want to see India play Pakistan? No. Do we want to see anything like that? No. Do I want to see India host the Olympic Games? Yes. Do I want to see my country becoming a leading global sports power over a period? And somebody said 2036 next 3 महीना अभी से क्यों 2036 का बात कर रहा है? अरे भाई
अभी से शुरू होना पड़ेगा.
टारगेटेड डायलॉग चालू होगा. 2029 में बिड अनाउंस हो जाएगा. ब्रिस्बेन का बिड कब दिया गया था भाई? नवंबर
only ना Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth now. Commonwealth in 2 months time you will have the announcement for 2030. But simple question. When was Brisbane announced as Olympic host? Anybody? 2021, 11 years in advance. When was London announced? Think about it. When was London announced? Remember that fantastic when Zidane went and all of those people and Beckham and all of those bids happened. Even Barack Obama went for Chicago. Yeah, they lost it. They lost it to Rio. I was teaching at the University of Chicago at that point in time. Barack Obama went to the thing to push Chicago. They lost first round. First round, they lost the bid. Brazil won it. That's how critical these things are. And this will happen now, not next month, not next year. India has to be ready. This is about global projection. There are many super chats. Bharat, you start with one and then we'll keep going. By the way, Debashish Sen, we have your Mehtab Singh video. If you want, we can break it. Exclusive Mehtab Singh on Rev Sports first. I will send it to you. Don't worry. Bharat, you can take the first super chat. Shopnil, there are too many super chats. Can you play, please? Okay, what is this? Bharat, take it. Take all one by one. You one, Shubhan one.
Scotland cricketers refuse to shake hands with Amit Chani. Can our players do the same? See, this thing, I guess it comes down to that those individual players, India's players, if they feel that someone feels that way, then you can go ahead and do it, because we saw it during the. Sorry?
Yeah, you go on, Bharat.
Yeah, we saw it during the India versus England Test series, where I think Washington Sundar didn't shake hands with Harry Brook, maybe. I don't remember exactly. But he didn't shake hands because he didn't feel good, because Harry Brook, after that Old Trafford Test, during the final moments of the Old Trafford Test, was doing some antics which perhaps he didn't like. In the same way, if Indian cricketers feel that way, they should go ahead and do it, because I can understand the anger, where it is coming from, because the kind of attack that happened in Kashmir just about 4 or 5 months ago. But yes, it comes down to those individual cricketers, Indian cricketers. If they feel that way, yes, just go ahead.
I've got absolutely no problems in not doing this. Nobody can force anybody to go and shake hands with anyone. Indian cricketers should make it a point to take every possible stand. Whoever has asked this, Shubham Garg, absolutely spot on. Make every kind of gesture that you can use. Why did Tommy Smith and John Carlos do the black salute in 1968? The sporting field has always been a site for political statements. That's how it is. Sport and politics are bedfellows. They have always mixed. They will always mix. When I stand with my heart and my hand on my chest for the national anthem, that is the biggest political statement of all. When Jana Gana Mana plays and we have goosebumps, that is the biggest political statement of all. Anyone who comes and tells you that sports and politics do not mix is the biggest liar. Is the biggest liar. You can go and say, I've said this. Sport and politics always mixes. Second question, please, to Shubhan. Shopnil. Shubhan Niyaneta.
Gorilla, considering hosting Olympic is a loss-making exercise, do you think it's right investment considering education, health priorities in and now? You better take this.
Okay, this is a deeper question. It is not about, it is your fundamental question here is education, right investment. What is right investment? You are saying your understanding of the Olympic Games is it is a sports event and we are investing in leisure. No, we are investing in actually infrastructure. We are investing in urban development. We are investing in sustainable legacy. We are investing in environment. We are investing in gender equality. We are investing in facilities. We are investing in transportation. We are investing in everything that is at the core of your society. Every single thing. There will be metros, there will be trains, there will be roads, there will be transport, there will be everything. Think of London, think of Barcelona. So when you say investment, don't please think we will go and construct thousands of crores worth of stadiums. If that is the case, we will all be up in arms saying you cannot build white elephants. Absolutely, you cannot build white elephants. So absolutely, when you are saying investment, you have to channelize your investment in the right direction when you're doing an Olympic Games. It allows you to channelize your investment and fast track towards progress. Think of the projection in front of a global order. That's where your investment, Shubham. This is an important question that you have addressed, and this is something that is deep rooted in me. I know because I've seen cities go wrong. I've seen Rio go wrong. I've absolutely seen cities go wrong. I've seen Atlanta 1996 was a disaster. I teach this as part of my course. Yes, Shubham.
Athens was also a loss making.
Yes. Athens, 4 months before the games, the government changed in Athens in 2004. The government changed. China also bird's nest 1 year after the Olympic Games, the stadium was not used. 2012 London integration happened because clearly with time, the International Olympic Committee and host cities have also realized that you build white elephants, it will come back to bite you. You cannot do that. The government of India cannot do that. So when we are saying investment, I think we can fast track progress by using a spectacle like the Olympic Games. And that's why I am saying invest in the Youth Olympic Games, build it up, invest in the Commonwealth, build up, use the same infrastructure thereafter for the Olympic Games. Don't make into white elephants at all. Do not repeat the mistake of 2010, that Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, 1,087 crores, it then went waste because you did not do anything. You have to have a legacy plan, a positive legacy or a negative legacy plan. What is your legacy plan with environment? These are serious questions, Shubham, that need to be answered and addressed. Further questions, please.
Sarvesh Gaurav, Olympics in 2036. Looking at the world, you don't know what will happen in 3 months. Russia is not allowed to use their flag in the Olympics. Are we weak? But we have to start planning from now only. We have to start planning from now only. As Buryada said, 11 years, 2021, the previous Olympics thing was announced. So it is always announced in advance. It is always planned in advance, 8, 9, 10 years, 11 years in advance. So if we are hosting the Commonwealth Games, the Youth Olympics, we need to start preparing now. Even if we build a few stadiums, you need to plan what to do. I think Qatar during the FIFA World Cup gave us an ideal example of how to use the infrastructure, how to make it sustainable. They privatized all the stadiums. Some of them were turned into hotels and areas, tourism areas. So you need to plan in advance. So if you think, oh, there's uncertainty, see, there's uncertainty always in life. You don't know what is happening tomorrow, let alone 10, 12 years ahead in time. But if we have to have a bigger vision, larger vision, if we want to set a developmental plan, it has to start 12, 15, 20 years in advance and not just, at the brink of the time. So, yeah.
Swapnil, don't need to ask me things that you think there's a question. Take it. Absolutely take questions. Rahul Chetri, imagine my daughter and my wife in Pahalgam and lost their life in the Pahalgam attack. Now, do you want to enjoy? Am I enjoying? Are we anyone enjoying?
No.
No. Do I want to see that? No. No. Am I going to enjoy India versus Pakistan? Never. I will always have in my heart that this is a rogue country. And if my wife and daughter died, that's what you're asking me. God forbid they are alive. And I think the question is insensitive and stupid at its core. I do think that if something like that happened, I would still say the same, that my country, and I would try I would be deeply shaken. I would be a broken man, just like anyone else whose family has broken down. And will I ever enjoy India, Pakistan? No. But does that mean that because my wife and daughter are alive, that I will enjoy? You think I'm a rogue Indian or a less patriot than you are? What about your family? Are you going to enjoy? No, right? So just like you won't, none of us will. But do I understand why government of India is giving visas to Pakistan hockey players? Why are you guys always insistent on cricket and India-Pakistan cricket? Forget cricket. In the larger global sporting world, cricket doesn't even matter. Forget the Asia Cup. After that, what? Will you watch the Women's World Cup in Colombo? Do you want to go to Colombo and see India play? 2 crows and 2 cows will perhaps watch, right? Because you think nobody watches. We will send our people. Okay. Why do you think we will? Because we have to understand the larger geopolitics. We are the host of that World Cup. We don't want to host that rogue country. But at the same time, we have obligations to fulfill. We have obligations to fulfill as host countries of the world. If we say, no, we will not stage India versus Pakistan in Colombo, our hosting rights of the World Cup will be taken away from us. Do you want that to happen? I don't. I want my country to lead global cricket. I want my country to dominate global cricket. This is the only sport that I dominate. I want it. I do want it. So the question that will I enjoy? I will never in my lifetime enjoy India, Pakistan. And from a business standpoint, let me tell you this. From a business standpoint, India, Pakistan is a curse. I don't want to. My business will, suppose India loses to Pakistan. Shubhayan and I have discussed this offline. It is a bloody nightmare. That's what it is. I don't want it. I don't want it. You think Shubhayan and I, Debashish and I, Bharat and I, we will be in any mood to do a show? No. No, who cares? Who cares? But do I understand the larger geopolitics as to why my government is doing it? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. You know, folks, my family has been a nationalist family for 200 years. 200 years. Vivekananda's house and my house, the back wall is the same. So I know where I come from. My great-great-granddad was the mayor. We were part of India's nationalist movement. My great-great-grandfather married a widow, third Indian to marry a widow. I know where I come from. I love my country. So if my wife and daughter died in Pahalgam, and my heart goes out to everybody who did, I would still not enjoy, and now also I will not enjoy. So kindly stop asking insensitive and stupid questions, because I don't need your super chat, and I don't give two flying Fs for such people who think super chats will make a difference to Rev Sports. It doesn't. Shopnil, further questions. No matter how many reasons, it is a clear public sentiment of people of India isn't happy. That's a fair point. Public sentiment is not something I'm giving reasons for. I'm trying to understand why the government of India did. Now, let me ask you also. The government of India has to win the next election. The government of India has to win the next election, or the ruling political party has to win the next election to come back to power. Why do you think they are doing this? Sarvesh Gaurav, why do you think Prime Minister Modi and his cabinet and the BJP political ideologues, the government, whoever is in power, you think they are not bothered? You think they don't want their votes? The politicians, at the end of the day, whichever political party, be it BJP, Congress, Trinamool, TM, DMK, whatever political party there is, ultimately, what do they live for? Votes. They want our vote. Why do you think they are ignoring public sentiment? Tell me. No. What do you think? Public sentiment, I understand your public sentiment and I respect it. Devashish, Bharat, Shubhayan, anyone wants to answer that? Public sentiment? Anyone?
See, as I said, personally, on individual level, we don't want to play Pakistan. But again, it's just for the benefit and the larger picture of the vision of this country that we are going through. Public sentiment, if you talk about Pahalgam attack, we all are hurt. All are deeply anguished. And as Bharat also said, it will live through the future generations as well, what has happened. And if we go through the pictures of Fahim Ashraf's Instagram story, one of the Instagram story during the attacks is going now viral now, and as some of our viewers, or one of our viewers suggested, that we should not shake hands. We stand by it. We should not shake hands. We should not get any visuals, friendly visuals that we earlier used to get during ICC tournaments or Asia Cups. We should not. If we get, then it will be a huge shame.
This is not
And
we are putting
yeah,
it on record. Our coverage of India-Pakistan will not be a celebration.
yeah, no
Never,
doubt, no chance, no chance,
never will be. Not just Asia
no
Cup.
chance.
Not just
No,
Asia
no,
Cup.
no other sport. No
No
sport.
sport in Pakistan can be a celebration. No chance.
And frankly,
Absolutely.
Pakistan across sport don't stand a chance against India across sports. Yes, you all remember what Arshad Nadeem did, but that I feel was a one-off. That I feel was just his best day, which every athlete has in their lifetime. Otherwise, I don't see there is any sort of competition or tight competition which Pakistan can give us across sport in any sport. So in terms of, and even if we play Pakistan in the final of Asia Cup, we will be happy that we won the tournament, but we won't be jumping around the Dubai International Stadium saying, "Oh, see, we defeated Pakistan." You'll see thousands of Indian fans. I still remember the 2021 Dubai World Cup, T20 World Cup, when Pakistan defeated us. I still remember Pakistani fans in their cars were playing Dil Dil Pakistan and their national anthems, and they were celebrating. But fans who will be spending money to watch the game, they will celebrate. Indian fans, Pakistan fans, whoever wins, they will celebrate. But in terms of those who are present there, and don't expect any larger celebration from the Indian team as well. If I know Gautam Gambhir as far as I know him, you will see very secluded celebrations. Okay, done. Umpire's handshake. You are done. You are off to the post-match presentations and off to the hotel. Players will be extremely happy. They will be relieved that we did not lose to Pakistan. But you won't see them celebrate or dancing around after winning the Pakistan game or even the Asia Cup. See the celebration of the last Asia Cup in Sri Lanka. It was very okay. Gave us the trophy. It was just a mandatory or a compulsion that we always do. We never celebrate Asia Cup like madness. 2018 Nidhias Trophy, just because of the kind of finish we had. Dinesh Karthik last over. That's why we celebrated the way we did. But apart from that, I don't remember any lavish celebration from the Indian team after winning Asia Cup.
There will be nothing like that. The story from Dubai is geopolitics.
Mm.
The coverage will be centering geopolitics and the larger story. That is what it
Right.
is. And that's how it will be. I will lead the coverage myself along with Shubhan, Bharat, Devashish, Gargi, and the rest of the team. I will lead it myself, Rohit Uglan. The fact is, and I'm telling you this, the larger story of the Asia Cup is the story of geopolitics. That's what it is. And somebody said, Kavita, am I scared of taking any question? You know, Kavita, I'm not even scared of my own shadow, leave alone any question. I am one who suffered an unfair ban for 2 years when 100,000 tweets were done against me every day. And I knew it was wrong. I knew I was right. I knew my conscience is straight. As I said, I don't care. What question you have, ask me, I'll answer your question right now. স্বপ্নে খুঁজে বার করতো কে কবিতা, তার কি প্রশ্ন আছে চালা, আমি এই প্রশ্নটা উত্তর দিয়ে শেষ করি. Whoever Kavita is, let's answer your question. Whatever your question is. Kavita, why don't you ask me your question? Come on, I'm giving you an opportunity, 30 seconds. Because it's been 56 minutes into the show. I'm giving you an opportunity. Come on, tell me. What's your question? Hey, boss, come on, faster. What's your question? Hey, Shokil, can you identify the question? Quickly. I've got to close the show. No question? Kavita, ask your question. Ask your question. I cannot keep waiting. What's your question? Ask me. Earning money by covering India was hold on. Hey, that's the question. Hey, chala eta. Ekkune chilo, hey, Shokil. Question ta chala. India, we are earning. Wait. I just saw the question. AJ. Boria Majumdar earning money by covering India, Pakistan, well, soldiers. Hello. I am losing money by the thousands, by the lakhs, by covering men's cricket. Earning money. Which world do you live in, my friend? My company premises and earns money from Olympic sport, from Paralympic sport, from doing what I do in the Paralympic domain. Unfortunately, you will not even know the names of 25 athletes if I ask you. Do you know the name of Surmas? Do you know which sport they won a gold medal in? Do you know the name of Navdeep Singh and what is his throw? Do you know the name of Amit Saroha? Do you know the name of any of our para athletes who won a gold medal in Paris? Unfortunately, you don't. That is where I earn my money. And you know what? There were 7 journalists from us in Paris, and people think an Olympic Games and a Paralympic Games cannot be monetized. I know how it can be monetized. I know there are funds. I know how things can be done. You know what? In men's cricket, and Shubhan and Devashish both know it. They are very close to me, as is Bharat. Both of them know we've lost money in the England tour. They know that men's cricket will never give me money. I don't care. I've never cared about money, by the way. Never cared. It is about quality coverage. It is about growing journalists. It is about creating an atmosphere where future journalists will get a job. Our industry is suffering. And with Dream 11, with My Circle, with A, with B, and all of this, 2 lakh jobs will go, again, from the sports fraternity. And each of these people tomorrow will have families to run. Have you given a thought to those? By the way, I'm not saying good or bad. I'm saying it is our responsibility to protect our profession. And I stand with, if you ask me, I understand and I know where the government is coming from for this real money gaming ban. It is about India's larger image. It is about Indian societal fabric, and I've written that. It is about families. It is about a new addiction, which was as close to drug addiction. Everybody was spending money in all of this. So I understand and appreciate where the government is coming from. So don't give me this bullshit about earning money. I don't. I care 2 hoots about money, and I'm not earning a dime from the India-Pakistan match, nor will I. If we truly respect the sacrifices, why should India play Pakistan in any world event at all? Because otherwise, India stands the risk of getting banned in world events. Your country stands the risk of getting ostracized. Your country stands the risk of losing out. Your country stands the risk of losing out, not just in one event, but in the larger global story of sport as soft power. It is about leverage. It is now India versus China 4 years back. Today, why is it that you are celebrating, you are going and doing a diplomatic deal with China? Because you obviously have to take the United States on. You obviously have to. This is global politics. Today we know trade versus China is restarting. Why is it the Indian government doing a deal with China? Tell me. Couple of years back, we know what was happening between India and China. Chinese apps getting banned. Everything Chinese was getting banned. The Gallian and all of those issues. Why are we not talking about it? Why are we not talking about real politics? That's the world order. You have to live with the world order. Today, India versus China can stand against Trump and the unfair policies of the United States. That's what it is. Nobody is saying China is a great country. No. If for diplomatic reasons India has to dialogue with China, India will. And India is in a position to take its own call, which Pakistan doesn't. I think we've had a long show, 1 hour, too much. I knew Shubhayan and I, when we had planned this show, we realized it will go long and long and long and long. Bharat, your internet has not ditched you. That's the end result of this show. And Devashish, Mehtab's show will happen. Devashish is only interested at 7 a.m. Today. He had gone to Mohun Bagan ground. 7:30 in the morning, because he thought that Mohun Bagan will change. That's whatever. I want the tobacco advertisement. Chalo Devashish, your last point. I want the tobacco advertisements to be banned from all sports.
I think it is fair. It is fair. Means obviously, that is something that is not that does not go along with sports. Means obviously,
But we don't advertise tobacco and alcohol directly. It is under surrogate advertisement.
Correct.
We do it elaichi. We advertise elaichi.
We will say Johnny Walker water.
We Johnny Walker club glasses and other stuff. So we don't directly advertise tobacco and pan bahar, and you'll see only pan bahar advertisement. Nothing written, no tobacco, no elaichi, just the
If you start doing that, then there is no end. Everything is surrogate. Ashwathama hoto iti gojo. In Bengali, we know that saying. Yudhishthir's wheel touching the ground, that lip and cup. Come on. There is a and the question is an always present morality question. I'm not doubting your question. You have a very fair point.
No, even one of the betting websites, 1xBet, I think, they were advertising as 1xBet as a news platform, as a news website.
That was the main sponsor. Even Mohun Bagan Super Giant had that sponsor.
The sponsor was 1xBet, not 1xBet, which is the original company. So it also came under surrogate advertising.
Kavita, whoever can do whatever, click in for whatever you are saying is avoiding, that is their call, right? They're an editorial site, they've taken a particular call, they're doing it.
Clickinfo is a fun YouTuber. He randomly sits for 3-4 hours and talks about it.
Who is this person? I don't watch YouTube. I don't. But whoever is doing it, whichever journalist, platform, that is their call. Respect him. If you want to think, or you think that person editorially is on the right track, you watch him, you support him. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. I have to run my company. I have to run families. There are 50 plus people working for us now. So we have to run, if you multiply into 200 people are dependent on Rev Sports to run their daily lives. And this will soon become 400 because our studio is coming up. So leave it to us. No, we know what we are doing. What somebody else is doing, that is his or her call. इतना तो मैं आपको कह ही सकता हूँ. चलो खत्म करते हैं भाई. Thank you very much, Devashish Sen, Bharat Ramraj, Shubhayan Chakraborty for joining us. Shubhayan, I am a fan of what? Shubhayan is a fan of him. Who? I don't know. Whoever. Shubhayan can be a fan of anybody. How does that matter? Anyway, I am a big fan of Shubhayan. I am a big fan of Devashish Kathik. I am a big fan
of question reply only Shubhayan. I don't consume edible tobaccos. That's all I can say.
But I have told Shubhayan this. Cigarette khawa chhede de. Ask him. I've said it many times. But that doesn't mean that. I mean, it's his call. Yeah. Ultimately, it's about
work in progress.
Work in progress. So at least he's given you a positive answer. It will happen one day. Bharat, for example, is a teetotaler like me. But that doesn't mean somebody else will not want his glass of wine or glass of champagne. Devashish one day had a little bit and he went mad. He said, "Arey, what have they given?" And we all remembered that day in Leeds. Devashish went berserk. They had given him a little bit of champagne and he went ballistic. He said, "I am not going to have." But people are different. Anyway, Shubha and Devashish, Bharat, thank you very much for joining me. Loved the show. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.